Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make the Capsule Corp spaceship. I would highly recommend making this on the Capsule Corp compound. If you haven't made that build yet, then check out the description below. You might want to make that before this. You'll easily be able to find a link for it in the description. This is the amount of space required to make the spaceship. And here are all of the materials that we will need to make it. Begin by placing 2 smooth quartz blocks extending up from the ground. 1, 2. Place smooth quartz slabs around the base of the first smooth quartz. We then want to place smooth quartz block all the way around the second smooth quartz in a square, like so. We then want to extend each side of this row outwards. This will give us more of a plus shape. We then want to add a layer of smooth quartz block that extends up and around the plus shape that we have made. This should look more circular in nature. We then want to do that one more time, so we want to take that layer and then we want to once again add another layer of smooth quartz that just sits above and around the previous layer, and this is about how big the actual spaceship will get. What we then want to do is add 2 layers of black concrete directly on top of the smooth quartz layer. Now that we've added 2 layers of black concrete, we actually want to add 2 more layers of smooth quartz again. So now that we have added those 2 layers, what we are now going to do is extend up these corner blocks here that we have in each one of the 4 corners of the previous layer like this. And we are going to now add another layer of smooth quartz on top of the previous layer, but we're basically going to add a row on each side that will kind of connect all these together in a circular shape like this, while still preserving some of the previous shape. What we then want to do is add a layer of black concrete above and inside of the circular shape, and it's going to connect together like this in a circle. And then last but not least, we are going to add a final layer of black concrete that is just going to sit above and inside of this. So we will have something that should look very much like this. What we then want to do is come to the right side of the ship, and we are looking to place a stone brick wall underneath this smooth quartz block and underneath this smooth quartz block. We then want to extend outwards, and then we want to extend towards the front and the back depending upon which side we're on. We then want to extend outwards again, and then once again towards the front or the back depending which side we're on. Then place a cyan terracotta with a hopper underneath and a white carpet on top, and we want to do this on both sides. So cyan terracotta, hopper underneath, white carpet on top, and once we've done that, we actually want to do the same thing to the opposite side. So a stone brick wall here and here, then extend them outwards. We then want to extend them forwards and backwards, outwards again, and then forwards and backwards. Place a cyan terracotta, hopper underneath, white carpet on top, and do the same to the opposite side as well. So cyan terracotta, hopper, white carpet, and that will give us the 4 legs of the ship. Next, we are going to add windows to the sides of these ships. So on the right side of the build, we want to find the 2 layers of black here, leave a gap of 1 on the left side and create a 2x2 square space, and do the same thing on the back, and then fill these areas in with light blue glass. We want to come to the opposite side and do the same thing. So we'll leave a gap of 1, create a 2x2 square. We then want to leave a gap and then do the same thing. And we just want to fill all of these in with glass. On the front of the build, we want to take the middle of the black rows here. We want to knock it out, destroy left and right. We then want to drop down a row like this. And then we're going to place cyan terracotta here and here, like so, just extending inwards diagonally from each one of these 2 blocks. We then want to connect these cyan terracotta down to the ground, so we'll extend them forwards, down, forwards, and then down, forwards. So now that we have these 2 parallel rows of cyan, we are going to connect the back blocks together, leading up to the top, although we'll have to see with this. We then want to place these stone brick slabs leading up like this, so we should just be able to walk up these and into the actual ship like that. That is perfect. We're also going to place some grey carpet on the end of this little staircase here. We also want to grab iron bars and end rods, and we are going to place these next to the actual entrance up here, so just against the ship like this, and this will kind of look like the system that actually like folds these stairs up and down, because you could always choose to actually leave this closed if you like. That is a possibility, but I'm just having it like this. The next thing is that we have a bunch of signs to make, so we're going to throw the loom down, open it up, place a white banner in there and throw some black dye in there. So we're looking to write out Capsule Corp. So this is, first of all, we have to make a C. So a vertical row of black on the left side, horizontal on the top. On the bottom, that will be C. Next letter is A, so that's a vertical row of black on the left side, the right, horizontal across the top and through the middle, A. Next is P. This is a vertical row of black on the right side. Throw white dye in there, make the lower half of the banner white, put black dye in there. We then want to make the horizontal, we want a horizontal row of black straight through the middle of the banner, top of the banner, and a vertical row on the left side. We then want to make S, which is a horizontal row of black at the top, the bottom, and a diagonal row top left corner to bottom right corner. We then want to have a vertical row of black on the left, the right, and then a horizontal across the bottom. We then want to have L, which is a vertical row of black on the left side, horizontal across the bottom. Then E is going to be a vertical row of black on the left side and a horizontal row across the top, through the middle, and along the bottom. Next, we would have to write out Corp. So we already have O, or rather, we already have C, so we now have to make O. So that's a vertical row of black on the left, the right, horizontal on the top, and the bottom. We then have to make the letter R, so this is a vertical row of black on the left, horizontal row across the top, and a diagonal row top left corner to bottom right corner. And then the last letter that we would ever need is P, but we already have P. So the idea is we will write Capsule across the front of the ship here, so C-A-P-S-U-L-E. Come around to the right side here, and there's no real way to have this centered. So the closest we could get is like place a C here, an O here, an R here, and like a P here. So, but I mean, it kind of looks weird with there being a split, so it might just be better to just kind of like place it like this and just accept that it's not symmetrical, and that's probably the better way of doing it. Or alternatively, like instead of having it placed in the middle, I'm kind of devising myself, by the way, like which I like better. Instead of having it in the middle, like it just wraps around like that, and that's not bad either, although I do think I prefer the space, so that's the one that I'll be going with. And once you've kind of like figured out where you would prefer your signs, and obviously this is kind of like a personal thing, so do feel free to place them wherever you do feel, that will be the outside of the ship complete. So, moving on to the inside of the build. The first thing that we're going to do is just fill in the floor using red terracotta, just like this. Then in the very center of the floor, we'll place a block of iron, black concrete on top, shulker box on top of that, and then we want to place a couple of, and it's just easier to have blocks to stand on, we want to place a couple of black stone polished wall like this. We're then going to drop down and place a smooth quartz block in front of the iron, button in front, activator rail placed sideways on top of this, and then we want white banners left and right of the black concrete. So it's up to you whether you want to place something in the actual black concrete. So this is meant to be a computer screen, and that's kind of like what kind of like makes things materialize inside of here. So it's kind of up to you whether you want to like leave it off or have it on. I would recommend sticking a painting on there just to make it look as though that, you know, the screen's ready to go. But after you've done that, I would also recommend adding a little bit of kind of like circularness to the roof. So if we take the middle row of smooth quartz that we have and add an additional layer of smooth quartz all the way around the inside of this layer to kind of like bring the shape of the ship in a little bit, and then add a layer of smooth quartz just above and inside of this, and you will notice that the black stone wall actually connects to this. Then that will give us something which should look, see, that looks a little bit better, which will look like this. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen, you have fully completed the spaceship. Please do remember that there are a couple more builds for you to make if you haven't made them already. We have the Capsule Corp compound. We also have the Capsule Corp time machine. I will leave links to both of those in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. Please do remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.